Have you ever felt like your financial breakthrough was right there, but somehow it kept slipping through your fingers? Have you ever wondered why success seems to come so easily to others while you keep waiting for your moment? And what if that moment is finally here, but only if you recognize it in time? If you're seeing this before March 31st, it's not a coincidence. This message found you because it's meant for you. And this might be the opportunity you've been waiting for, the one that changes everything. You see, March 31st isn't just another Monday. It's the final day of the month, the last opening before a new cycle begins. And it's vibrating with energy, aligned for one thing: financial transformation. But here's the twist. This moment of power is tied to 3 mysterious numbers, not just lucky digits, but cosmic codes rooted in ancient numerology, Buddhist wisdom, and even Nostradamus's prophecies. These numbers aren't random. They're keys, waiting to unlock the abundance you've always had. That's where it gets interesting. These numbers aren't just picked out of thin air. They've shown up repeatedly across ancient wisdom, from numerology to Buddhist teachings, to even Nostradamus's cryptic predictions. They carry specific energies tied to money, focus, divine protection, and intuitive timing. And here's the kicker. This is the last time in March that these frequencies align so clearly. March 31st, 2025 isn't just another Monday. It's the final Monday of the month. And maybe your last real shot this March to shift your energy, realign your focus, and activate abundance. You know those days that just feel different? This is one of them. Energy-wise, it's a cosmic checkpoint, a doorway closing and another opening. You either walk through it with intention or miss it entirely. And here's the kicker. This is the last time in March that these frequencies align so clearly. Let me be crystal clear. March 31st isn't just another Monday. This is the final portal of the month, and once it closes, you may not get another energetic alignment like this for months. This is a once-in-a-quarter opportunity, a cosmic window that won't wait for you to feel ready. If you've been thinking about taking action, making a move, or shifting your mindset, this is it. Because if you don't move now, you risk staying stuck in the same old patterns. So don't just watch this video, act on it. Make a commitment to yourself, even if it's just one small shift. The energy is here, but it won't wait forever. If you've been feeling stuck, lost, or just ready for something more, this is your moment. Your opportunity to tune in, take action, and turn things around. Let's break down what makes these numbers so powerful and how to use them to attract real abundance starting now. If you've been feeling stuck, lost, or just ready for something more, this is your moment. Your opportunity to tune in, take action, and turn things around. Let's break down what makes these numbers so powerful and how to use them to attract real abundance, starting now. Let's be honest, most people don't miss out on success because they're lazy. They miss it because they're out of sync with timing, with energy, with purpose. We hustle hard, we grind every day, but without clarity, without alignment, it's like running in circles. Sound familiar? The truth is, the universe speaks in subtle ways, through signs, through patterns, through numbers. But we're so busy chasing the next paycheck, the next deadline, we ignore those signs completely. In Buddhist thought, that's the very root of suffering, attachment to action without awareness. Nostradamus once warned, "Those who ignore the signs shall walk blind into misfortune." And let's be real. How many times have you felt like you just missed something important, but didn't know what it was? March 31st is not random. It's a cosmic checkpoint, the final call this month. The question is, will you answer it? Let's dive into the heart of today's message. These 3 mysterious numbers, 8, 44, and 23. Now you might be wondering, why these numbers? Why not 7 or 11 or 99? What's so special about 8, 44, and 23? Here's the deal. These numbers have appeared in spiritual texts, ancient number systems, and even some of the world's most mysterious predictions. They're not just digits, they're energetic blueprints. Each one carries a specific frequency that, when tapped into, can open doors in your life you didn't even know existed. Let's start with 8. In numerology, 8 is the number of abundance, balance, and karma. It's shaped like an infinity symbol, which is no coincidence. It represents the infinite flow of energy, give and receive, effort and reward, cause and effect. You've probably heard people say, what goes around, comes around. That's the energy of 8 in action. When you operate with integrity, focus, and hard work, 8 brings rewards that aren't just big, they're lasting. In Buddhist philosophy, 8 is sacred. The noble eightfold path, right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, is literally a blueprint for living with purpose. It's not just about financial gain. It's about wealth that's aligned with peace, with compassion, with wisdom. And when you bring those into your daily life, whether you're investing, working, or just figuring out your next move, you move differently. You attract more. You hold on to more. That's the secret of 8. Now let's talk about 44. This one's a powerhouse. In numerology, 44 is what they call a master number. And here's what makes it even more magical. 44 is the number of divine protection. It's often seen as a signal that your path is guided, not just by logic, but by higher intelligence. In spiritual circles, 44 is considered a call to leadership, a sign that you're ready to not only create wealth, but to manage it wisely, to use it for something bigger than just yourself. When Nostradamus wrote, "Those who align with celestial pillars of 4 shall never fall," many scholars believe he was referring to the energetic strength behind numbers like 44. He understood that true success isn't random. It's built with patience, vision, and trust in something greater than our own plans. Now, let's bring it all together with 23. This number, it's the wild card, but in the best way. In numerology, 23 is tied to freedom, creativity, and adaptability. It's the number of those who think differently, who challenge the norm and take inspired risks. People with strong 23 energy are often visionaries, entrepreneurs, artists. But here's what makes 23 so important right now. It's also the number of intuition. In a world full of noise, 23 whispers. It nudges. It tells you when something just feels right, even if it doesn't make sense on paper. Buddhist teachings often speak of knowing without knowing, a kind of inner wisdom that arises when the mind is still and the heart is open. That's 23 in action. So how do you use it? Well, next time you're making a decision, whether it's investing in a project, choosing a job, or taking a leap into something new, don't just analyze. Tune in. What's your gut saying? Is there a quiet yes? A subtle pull? That's the energy of 23 trying to guide you. And when you combine all three, 8, 44, and 23, you get a kind of holy trinity for success. 8 brings the structure and discipline to do the work. 44 provides the protection and higher purpose to stay the course. 3 adds the intuitive spark to innovate, adapt, and thrive. It's like having a GPS for your financial journey. Logic, protection, and instinct all working together. Let me give you a quick story. There was a woman I met. Let's call her Sarah. She was a single mom working 2 jobs, always trying to make ends meet. She stumbled upon these numbers during a random meditation class. She didn't know much about numerology, but something clicked. She started incorporating them into her life. She began saving 8% of every paycheck. She set a goal to build a foundation over the next 44 days. And she trusted her gut when a job opportunity popped up, even though it seemed risky. Fast forward 6 months. She's working remotely, earning double what she used to, and teaching others how to tune into their inner guidance. That's what happens when energy meets action. So if you're watching this and thinking, okay, maybe there's something here, you're right. There is something here. And the timing, it's not a coincidence. March 31st is the final call of the month. These numbers are showing up now because they want your attention. So ask yourself, what could shift if I lived with more alignment? What might I create if I trusted the energy? And what would it look like to finally break free of the old cycle and start building something real? You've got the tools, you've got the signs. All that's left is to listen. Because here's the truth. Wealth doesn't just happen, it's built. One choice, one belief, one moment of courage at a time. And these numbers, they're not just suggestions, they're invitations. The only question is, are you ready to accept them? And let's not forget, numbers have been guiding humanity for thousands of years. Ancient civilizations built temples, cities, and even their calendars based on numerical alignments. The Egyptians saw 8 as a number of balance and resurrection. In Eastern traditions, 44 symbolizes the 4 directions doubled, a call to establish harmony in all areas of life. And the number 23? It's been linked to innovation across cultures, from the 23 chromosomes that shape human life to legends around 23 Enigma in philosophy and science. If you think this is just spiritual fluff, think again. Steve Jobs relied heavily on intuition. He once said, "Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become." That's the spirit of 23. Oprah Winfrey speaks of living in alignment and giving back. 44. And Warren Buffett's entire investment philosophy? Patience, structure, discipline, that's pure 8. So if these numbers resonate with you, it's because you're ready. Ready to stop surviving and start aligning. Ready to stop guessing and start building. All right, so now you understand the power behind the numbers 8, 44, and 23. But knowing their meaning is just the beginning. The real magic? It happens when you actually put them to use. So let's talk real-world application. How to make these numbers part of your everyday financial and personal life. Let's start with the number 8. You want to build lasting wealth? Try saving 8% of your income, no matter what. It's not about how much you earn, it's about consistency. Even if you're making $500 a week, that's $40. It adds up. You're training your mind to prioritize long-term security over short-term spending. That's the discipline of 8 in action. Now take it further. Set 8 financial goals for the next 8 months. Not vague dreams like get rich. I mean clear, measurable goals. Save for a vacation, pay off a credit card, build an emergency fund. The number 8 pushes you to create structure. It says, if you want real abundance, act like someone who deserves it. All right, on to 44. This is your foundation number. You want to make big moves? Think in 44-day cycles. Try this. Create a 44-day challenge for yourself. Commit to tracking every dollar, showing up to work with intention, and investing time in something that builds your skills or business. It could be learning a new tool, refining your brand, or even just reaching out to 44 potential clients or collaborators. Why 44? Because it's long enough to create change, but short enough to keep you motivated. And when you hit that milestone, celebrate it. That's part of the energetic loop. You honor the work, the discipline, and the structure, and the universe responds. Let's talk about structure in your space too. Organize your environment with the same intention. Try grouping items in sets of 4 or 8. Books, plants, vision board images, even your passwords. Use variations with 44 or 823. You're embedding meaning into the everyday, and your brain starts associating that with clarity and focus. Now let's bring in the spice, number 23. This is your intuitive spark. Let's be real. Sometimes financial success doesn't come from spreadsheets. It comes from a gut feeling, that tiny whisper saying, this is the opportunity, take it. Use 23 as your reminder to check in with your instincts. Every 23rd of the month, ask yourself, what am I feeling pulled toward? What creative idea keeps tapping me on the shoulder? Maybe it's a side hustle, a business name, a partnership idea. 23 invites you to stop overthinking and start acting. Try a 23-minute creativity burst. Set a timer and just brainstorm, sketch, journal, or research an idea. No judgment, just flow. Some of your best money-making ideas will come when you let go of control and just allow. And speaking of timing, why not schedule important decisions on days that include these numbers? Make that investment on the 8th, sign that contract on the 23rd, begin that project on a day that adds up to 44. You're not just picking a date, you're aligning your actions with symbolic energy. And trust me, it makes a difference. Let me give you an example. I know a guy named Marcus. He runs a digital marketing agency. Business was flat, revenue stuck. He stumbled onto this number alignment idea and decided to give it a shot. For 44 days, he tracked every client interaction. He followed up with 44 past leads. He launched an 8-step funnel. And every day at 8:23 a.m., he reviewed his strategy for the day. Sounds simple, right? But guess what? Within 2 months, his income doubled. His calendar filled up, and he said, "Man, it's like I finally stopped winging it and started flowing with something bigger." Here's another powerful combo. Automate your habits using the numbers. Like this, save $8 every Monday, auto transfer, set it and forget it. Do a 44-minute deep work session each day, no distractions. Reflect every 23rd of the month. Write down what's working and what feels off. You're building a rhythm, and rhythm leads to flow, and flow leads to success. This isn't just financial advice, it's energetic design. You're shaping your reality using ancient codes. Think of them like cheat codes in a video game. But the game, it's your life. And now, you're finally playing to win. One more thing, don't keep this to yourself. When you create momentum, share it. Tell a friend about your 44-day challenge. Journal your 8% savings and post it on social media. Not for attention, but for accountability, for energy, for alignment. Because when you align with these numbers, every decision feels clearer, every goal feels closer, and every day feels more intentional. So go ahead, take that action, build the system, listen to the whisper, and above all, remember this. Wealth doesn't come to those who hustle the hardest. It comes to those who align the deepest. And now, you know exactly how to start. Still skeptical? That's okay. Start small. Give it 23 days. Just try one of these habits and see how it shifts your mindset. Numbers are tools, and tools are only as powerful as the hands that use them. So pick them up. Start today. And hey, let's talk about how this can impact your relationships too. You want to attract partnerships that are aligned with your values? Use 8, 44, and 23 to filter who you let into your circle. Think of it like this. Would you build a business with someone who doesn't respect structure? That's a 44 red flag. Would you trust someone who always second guesses their gut? That's where 23 steps in. And 8? That's about shared effort. If someone in your life isn't willing to invest in mutual growth, be it time, energy, or money, that's your cue to step back. These numbers don't just build wealth, they build awareness. And awareness is what helps you stop wasting energy on things and people that no longer serve your future. So start applying these codes to more than just your wallet. Apply them to your decisions, your conversations, your daily rituals. That's when things start clicking. That's when life starts flowing. Now that we've decoded the power of 8, 44, and 23, and explored how to apply them in real life, let's take it a step deeper. Because here's the truth. Mindset is everything. And one of the most powerful ways to align your mindset with these numbers is through daily practice. Let's talk about meditation, visualization, and affirmation. Now I get it. Some people hear the word meditation and immediately think of monks on mountains or sitting in silence for hours. But listen, this isn't about becoming a guru. This is about taking 5 to 10 minutes a day to breathe, focus, and reconnect with what you truly want. So here's a simple practice you can start today. Find a quiet space, your bedroom, your car, even a bathroom if that's all you've got. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Now imagine the number 8. Picture it glowing in gold, looping infinitely, radiating a sense of stability and power. Say quietly or in your mind, "I welcome the flow of wealth and balance into my life." Next, bring in 44. Visualize it like two pillars, standing tall, unshakable. Around them, a warm white light. Say, "I am protected. I build foundations that last." And finally, let 23 appear, a soft electric blue, fluid and moving. Say, "I trust my intuition. I follow where inspiration leads." That's it. That's your 3-number meditation. You can do it in the morning to set your tone, or at night to clear your mind. You can even write them down in your journal with your thoughts for the day. Now, let's layer in affirmations. Think of them like energetic commands, short, clear statements that tune your thoughts into higher frequencies. Here are a few you can use. I align with the power and discipline of 8. I receive divine guidance and strength through 44. The energy of 23 inspires my boldest ideas. Say them out loud. Whisper them while walking. Repeat them during your lunch break. These aren't magic spells. They're mindset resets. And repetition is what makes them work. Let me give you a real story. There's a guy named Daniel I coached last year. He was stuck, burned out at a job he didn't like, drowning in debt. He had a vision, though. He wanted to open a food truck. But every time he got close, fear pulled him back. We started with 3 things: meditation, journaling, and number affirmation. For 30 days straight, he meditated for 8 minutes in the morning. Every 23rd of the month, he'd review his goals, and he created a vision board with the number 44 at the top, his reminder to build something real. Fast forward. 6 months later, he opened his truck. He told me, "It wasn't just the actions, it was that every day I reminded myself of what mattered. I kept my focus on the energy behind the numbers." That's the point here. Visualization gives your mind something to work toward. Meditation clears the clutter. Affirmations program the path. And guess what? You can even get creative with it. Try this. Write your affirmations on sticky notes and place them on your bathroom mirror. Set your phone alarm for 8:44 a.m. or 11:23 a.m. with a short affirmation as the label. Use background music tuned to 528 Hz or 432 Hz while visualizing. Science shows these frequencies help reduce anxiety and increase clarity. Another cool practice: create a money energy journal. Dedicate 1 page each to 8, 44, and 23. Every week, write how you embodied each number. Maybe you stuck to your budget, 8, reached out to a mentor, 44, or launched a new idea, 23. This doesn't just make the energy real, it builds proof. Proof that your actions are aligned, and proof creates momentum. Let's be honest. Life gets loud. We forget what we're working toward. We get distracted. That's why having daily rituals matters. They bring you back. They remind you, I am not just reacting to life. I'm creating it. So try this tonight. Before bed, close your eyes and ask yourself, where did I show up with strength today? That's 8. What structure did I build or support? That's 44. Where did my intuition lead me? That's 23. Do this for a week and watch how your clarity sharpens. Your confidence rises, your results shift. Because here's the real power of 8, 44, and 23. It's not just about money, it's about embodiment, about living with awareness, about shaping your energy before the world does it for you. And no, you don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to do it. Show up, breathe, visualize, affirm. This is how transformation begins, not in massive action, but in consistent alignment. So go ahead, pick your number, speak it, see it, feel it, because when the mind believes, the body follows, and the world, it starts rearranging itself to meet your intention. And if you miss a day, don't sweat it. This isn't about perfection, it's about presence. Every time you come back to your practice, you realign with your purpose. That's the power of discipline, of 8. That's the safety net of 44. And that's the gentle nudge of 23, whispering that even one step forward is still progress. Want to supercharge your practice even more? Create a sacred space in your home. It doesn't have to be fancy. A corner with a cushion, a candle, maybe a small item that represents each number. For 8, you could place a coin or symbol of infinity. For 44, maybe a crystal or grounding stone. For 23, a notebook or feather, something that feels intuitive and light. Light incense or play soft music. Let the space train your brain. Here, I align. Here, I reset. And over time, you won't even need the props. Just entering that corner will shift your energy. And here's something fun. Share your space online. Not for likes, but to inspire. Let others know that success doesn't just happen in boardrooms or bank accounts. It begins in quiet moments with clear intention and ancient wisdom backed by action. So if you're wondering when to begin, the answer is always now. Your next level isn't waiting at the end of a promotion. It's right here, in the way you breathe, focus, and believe. Let's get a little nerdy for a second, because this isn't just spiritual talk. Science backs it up too. You've probably heard of the reticular activating system, or RAS. It's the part of your brain that filters what you notice. When you focus on something, like a number, a goal, or even a color, your RAS tunes your awareness to spot it everywhere. That's why when you learn a new word or get a new car, you suddenly start seeing it all over the place. Studies show that when you repeat symbolic numbers like 8, 44, and 23 through journaling, affirmations, and habits, your brain starts associating those numbers with opportunities, growth, and abundance. Your subconscious mind begins scanning your environment for situations that match those energetic patterns. In short, you're not just manifesting, you're training your brain to recognize and act on pathways to success. That's where science meets spirituality, and it's powerful. So here we are, standing at the edge of something real. March 31st isn't just another date on the calendar. It's the last portal of the month, the final opportunity to tune in, align your actions, and activate something deeper inside you. Think about everything you've just learned, the structure and power of 8, the divine foundation of 44, the creative intuition of 23. These numbers aren't just symbols, they're tools. Tools you now know how to use. And the question isn't, will this work for me? The real question is, will I commit to showing up for myself? Will you give yourself the chance to break through? Not with hustle, but with harmony. Not just with planning, but with purpose. Because right now, in this moment, you have clarity, you have momentum, and you have a choice to fall back into the same habits or step forward with new intention. So what's it going to be? The energy is here. The numbers are aligned. The rest is up to you. Remember, transformation doesn't happen in a single day, but decisions do. And March 31st could be the one decision that shifts everything. It's not just timing, it's divine timing. So take the step. Show the universe you're ready. If you've made it this far, take a moment, because that already says something powerful about you. You're not just curious, you're ready. Ready to live with more intention, more alignment, and more belief in yourself. The truth is, most people will scroll past this kind of message. They'll shrug off the power of 8, 44, and 23. They'll go back to their routines, their doubts, and their distractions. But not you. You stayed. You listened. And deep down, maybe for the first time in a while, you feel something waking up. That's not a coincidence. That's alignment. Everything you need is already inside you. The numbers are just here to remind you of that. They're guides, not guarantees. But with them, you can build a new path. One based on clarity, consistency, and courage. So take this message into your week, into your money goals, into your mindset, and trust. This is the beginning of something real, something lasting, something aligned with who you truly are. Like this video if it resonated. Share it with someone who needs to hear this today. And don't forget to subscribe, because every week we bring you powerful insights to help align your mind, money, and purpose. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next cosmic window, the next alignment, the next message meant just for you. And if you're ready to go even deeper, check out the link in the description for tools, journaling prompts, and guided meditations you can use starting right now. Remember, you're not here by accident. These numbers found you for a reason. So, what are you going to do with them?